Amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Death Note reaction video, episode 30. So the last episode, quite a lot happened. Light's dad is no more, Mello escaped, and I don't know. We're left in some weird limbo where it's hard to tell whether or not Light is ahead of the game, has another plan, or if Light just really is out of his comfort zone. We're also really missing L at the moment. I think we can all feel that. And we haven't really seen much of N or Near to take the center stage yet. There's been no real strong replacement there. So it does just feel like there's this like lingering hole missing at the moment. I don't know. I honestly have no idea how the show is going to end at this point. Now L's no longer a part of it. I am completely lost in my predictions. I haven't been able to proper formulate one. Maybe this episode is going to help me with that. Anyway, I hope you guys are still enjoying these reactions. And if you are, please make sure you press that subscribe button. Quite a lot of you have subscribed, but you've watched this entire series. Not subscribed, but have watched the entire series. So if you're not subscribed, please press that button. And also, 300,000 subscribers, everyone who presses subscribe will be entered into a $1,000 giveaway. So if you like money, press subscribe. Enough of my talking. Let's jump into my first time ever reaction to Death Note, episode 30. This episode is quite a bit shorter than usual as well.
いや、そろそろこの件に関しての考えを聞かせてくれないか。
今回の都合良すぎるキラと日本捜査本部のやり取りから考えるに、少なくともキラと日本捜査本部はグル。
グル？
とすればキラは二代目 L。
まさか本気で言ってるのか、ニャ。
はい。本気と言っても 7% くらいですが。
Very similar to L.
捜査というのは決めつけてかかり、間違っていたらごめんなさいでいいんです。
If we're wrong, we can just say we're sorry. It's amazing. There's definitely a lot of like parallels to N and L. I'm seeing that a lot, which is good because I feel like there is a void with L not being in the show, and I feel like N kind of needs to step up and fill that void. Especially for like the last step. I don't think we're going to get much from Mello. Mello seems interesting because Mello is like a wild card, but at the same time just as intelligent, right? But Mello seems very different, very like, I don't know the word. What's the word where you just like want to showcase everything? You know, you're like, look at my amazing outfit. Flamboyant? Is that the word? I feel like that's the wrong word.
最近日本では犯罪が少なくなりました。悪いことをするとネットに名前を書かれてキラに殺されるからとお父さんが言っていました。
あんた名前聞かなきゃ調書作れないんだよ。
勘弁してください。名前だけは。
お前たちの名前をネットに探すと。
So this is the world now.
私がキラの代弁者としてキラに任命されたのは紛れもない事実であります。私の命を狙う者も出てくるかもしれません。しかし私は命を張って
キラ王国か。ひどいタイトルだ。世も末だな。
キラを追うことは許しがたい行為であり、犯罪。
The thing is, surely this guy, like on TV right now that we're seeing, if Kira like did not appoint him, he wouldn't be saying this on TV because he knows he might just get killed for lying, right? So did this happen? But at the same time, I can't see that happening either. So he is just lying and is at risk of getting killed. That would be my prediction from here. So the whole world is just embracing that Kira exists, but are secretly still trying to find him, which makes sense. At this point, I feel like the world is just too fucking far gone. It's too far gone. It's past the point of saving now. Like all of Japan is changing to adapt around the new normal. We should really kill this guy.
大統領の記者会見が始まる時間ですよ。なんでしょうね。 世界に向けての発表だって言ってましたけど。
Yes! They can all see Ryuk, of course, because of the notebook now. So they can literally just feed apples to Ryuk. That's so funny! For a second I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it just like, that just clicked in my head. Ryuk must be living his best life. Like, Ryuk is just having a fucking great time.
お前はテレビばかり見てるな。お、
我々アメリカ合衆国は
まさか
キラを認め逆らうことはしない。
バカな。やった。ついにアメリカも自らキラに。何言ってんだこいつ。キラにビビってるのか。
大統領、説明しろ。そんなことが決まったんですか。
キラは正義だとでも。そうだ。
正義、そうは言っていない。しかしキラの力で戦争はなくなった。我が国のみならず犯罪組織というものも壊滅状態にある。キラに真っ向から逆らえば殺される。それは確かだ。だからキラを正義と認めるのではなく、国としてキラを捕まえる行動は取らないということだ。
ラジコはないか。キラを止めると発言したじゃないか。
説明してください。逃げるのか。
それでも国の代表か。
信じられん。アメリカだぞ。仮にも大統領の発言だぞ。
真剣に話していいですか。
なんだ改まって。
いつもは真剣じゃないのか。
心の底からキラを悪だと思ってますか。
何？どういう意味だ松田。
正直に言うと僕には完全に悪とは思えない。
キラを正義だと思っているのか。
わかりません。しかしキラは悪と戦っているとも思うんです。現に真面目に生きる者にとっては確実にいい世の中になっています。
Do you know what I find interesting? And this thought's just crossed my mind. How many of you like Deadpool or Logan from X-Men, right? How many of you enjoy those characters? So, I want to throw a hypothesis to you guys. Do you think those of you who are against Kira and Light, which at the moment I feel like I am part of that. I know, and I like that it's split. Some people are on Light's side, some people are against it, because that's how you know you've got a good TV show, where the audience is split around their feelings. That's how you know you've got something good. So I think if anything, that just showcases how good Death Note is, if people are deciding whether or not to root for the main character. But my question is, do you think you would feel differently about Light if instead of writing the names in a Death Note, Light put on a mask, went out and killed these people himself, like a vigilante in the night? Do you think you would approve of that if that was the premise of this anime? If that was the premise of Light? Do you think you would feel differently if he was getting his hands dirty and killing these people himself? Prisoners, criminals, that sort of stuff. People who are war hungry. Do you think that would change your perspective, or would you feel exactly the same as if he was just sitting in a desk writing their name? I find that kind of interesting, because I never see Logan as the bad guy in X-Men. I never see Deadpool as the bad guy. And the reason I'm using those as examples is because they're what you call anti-heroes, which are heroes that kill. Most heroes don't kill, but they're anti-heroes. They kill the villains. So that's why. But I never see them as the bad guys.
違うぞ松田。それは殺戮による恐怖からだ。本当の平和じゃない。
分かってます。それは分かってるんです。でもキラを救世主と言っている人の気持ちも僕には分かるんです。僕はいつも弱い立場の人間だったから。でも僕は刑事だ。キラを認めちゃいけない。それも分かっていて、仕事として捕まえたいと思っています。キラを完全否定できずにそれをしている僕は頭おかしいんでしょうね。
おかしくないよ、松田さん。
何を言ってるんだ、ライト君まで。
キラもきっと分かっているんだ。自分がやっていることが悪だということを。しかし、自分が犠牲になってでも世の中を変える。それがキラの選んだ正義。キラの考えはそんなとこだろう。キラが悪か正義かなんて僕たちが考えることじゃない。僕たちはキラを捕まえるしかないんだ。キラを捕まえればキラは悪。キラが世界を支配すればキラは正義。
The one thing I still can't, that they haven't answered at all in this show is their investigation has been going on for so long, and yet they're all so committed, and they've never got any closer to catching Kira since Elle died. Like, not one step closer. So I do find it interesting how they've just never questioned the investigation, their methods, or that route ever. They've just accepted that he's just hard to
しかし
catch.
これから世界は加速しどんどんキラに傾いていく必ずキラが正義になる
私たちはどうなるのでしょう
解散ですね、チキン大統領のせいで。いや、チキンどころかウジ虫以下です。ふざけるな。キラを認めていいわけがない。
Fan service? Who is this?
生きていたの。
Mellow!
いやどうする
入れましょう。
I also love how Nier's just playing with toys. Whatever toy Nier's playing with right now, that train set does look pretty awesome. And the castle earlier, I just love how Nier's just playing with toys. I like it. Also, we haven't seen any kind of scene like that in Death Note at all. There's never been anything risque or cheeky. I'm fine with it though. But we have never seen anything like that.
メロ、ようこそ。
手を捨てろ
皆さん、銃は下ろしてください。こんなところで血を流しても無意味です。
しかしメロは我々の仲間を殺害した。
何度も言わせないでください。我々の目的はキラを捕まえること。今メロを殺すことは何のプラスにもなりません。
分かった。
ここまではお前の思い通りか、ニア。
はい、リドナーに聞いているでしょ。二代目エルのこと。メロがいろいろやってくれたおかげでだいぶキラが絞れました。
ニア！俺はお前のパズルを解くための道具じゃない。
メロ、私を撃ちたければ撃ってください。
メロ、ニアを撃てばいくら私たちでもあなたを撃つ。二人がここで死んで何になるの。キラが喜ぶだけじゃない。
そうだ。ニア、俺はお前が持っている俺の写真を撮りに来ただけだ。
はい、写真はこれ1枚で複製等は決してありません。ワイミーズハウスなどメロの顔を知っている者すべてへの対処もしてあります。100% とは言いませんが、メロがノートで殺されることはありません。用事はこれだけですか、メロ。
ニア。
Realistically speaking, they should work together. But Mello seems way too emotional, which is something that has been addressed in the past before. It's the best way to ever figure out any kind of problem is to take emotion out of it and approach it from a logical perspective and just literally lay it out. This is how I deal with arguments that I have in my life. I literally go, let's take all emotion out of this situation and just speak of facts. And then I literally just lay out all the facts. I go, there's no emotion in it. These are the facts. This happened, that happened, that happened. Those are the facts. That's what I do. This was said, that was said, that was said. It's like when someone says it's not what you said, it's the way you said it. Take tone out of it. Say tone doesn't matter. Throw tone to the wall. What did I say? That's what you should be. Like factual. That is the best way to reach a conclusion, right? Emotion can be helpful, of course, because emotion will drive you to do things that facts won't. Emotion is the only thing that gives person that drive, which is why we've seen Light win, I would presume, as much as he has done. It's because Light is emotional, and that emotion does drive Light. And emotion gives people that drive. If you're scared, you're going to push harder. If you're angry, you're going to push harder. So emotion can definitely help get the fire a bit hotter. But at the end of the day, logic is good. Mellow, emotional, near, logical. Together, They're pretty much an unstoppable team.
俺はお前と手を組むつもりは全くない。
分かってます。
しかし、お前からこの写真をもらって帰るだけでは癪だ。殺人ノート。あれは死神のノートで、ノートを持った者には死神を見ることができる。
バカな！誰がそんなこと信じるか！
私は信じますよ。メロがそんな嘘をついて何になるんですか。どうせつくならもう少しまともな意味のある嘘をつく。よって死神はいます。
俺が手に入れたノートは一度死神以外の者が手にしたノートだ。そしてそこに書かれたルールには嘘がある。俺が教えてやれるのはそれくらいだ。
I do kind of like Mellow.
Nia.
It's hard to tell.
メロ。
どちらが先にキラにたどり着くか。
競争ですね。
どうせ行き着くところは同じだ。そこで先に待っている。
はい。
Interesting. I definitely feel like they'd get there quicker if they actually work together. If your goal is the same as someone else, just fucking work with them. If a Death Note owner accidentally misspells a name 4 times, okay, yeah, we've literally read this exact one. However, they intentionally misspell the name 4 times, a Death Note owner will die. Now that's new information and a very odd rule. So if I accidentally fuck up 4 times, I'm fine, and that person can no longer be killed by the Death Note. Which is interesting how it works it out. Because surely if I just don't know the name... Wait, how does it work it out? And how close to misspelling? Because let's say I know this person's name is John Johnson. And I can see their face. And I know their name is John Johnson. But I write Bob Bobson. And I'm thinking about that person. Is that how it works? Because that's like a completely different name. That rule leaves so much open to interpretation there. Because how can it judge who I'm thinking about? Does it just like mentally know who I'm thinking about when I'm writing the name, and it knows whether or not I'm intentionally writing a name or writing it wrong? And how far from misspelling is like a completely different name count as misspelling? That's like very interesting as well. And if you write it purposely wrong 4 times, you die? That's very strange too. Why? What random rule? That one feels very bizarre. The person whose name is misspelled 4 times on purpose will not be free of Death Note by a Death Note. Now that doesn't make any sense. So someone's going to need to explain that one to me.
嘘のルール。心臓麻痺やある程度操って殺せるのは今までのことから間違いない。ノートを刻む役など。ノートはまだ存在しているし、試せるはずもない。ならば。嘘のルールは13日以内に名前を書き込まないと死ぬルール。ジェバンニ、L につないでください。
はい。
ニアからだ。
はい。
L、メロを捕まえました。が逃げられました。しかし多少の尋問はできました。
逃げられたのではなく逃がした。
そうですね。
いえ、本当に逃げられました。ところでメロはノート。
Interesting. Light was immediately able to deduce that. Light, even L said this. Light's like power of deduction in his mind is that of L's level. So even though Light may be getting a bit emotional and it's clouding his like logic, he is still a genius. Let's not forget that.
に死神がついていると言っていました。そういうものの存在は確認できましたか？
はい。確かに死神は存在します。話しても信じていただけないと思い、あえて伏せていました。
その死神からいろいろ聞いてみたいものです。
俺は聞かれたくない。
I don't want to talk.
それと一番気にかかっている点はノートに書いてあるルール。その中に嘘があるということです。
嘘がある？
はい。L、 あなたの考えを聞かせていただきたい。嘘のルールがあるとすればどれか。
消去法で考えるならば、最低13日以内に人の名前を書き続けなければ自分が死ぬというくだり。
やはりそう思いますか。
Near is so similar to L. Because Near is literally doing exactly what L is, which is so Near finds the answer. This is the answer. Now I know that new L should be able to find the same answer I found. So I'm going to ask the question, and if that L, new L, gives me any answer that isn't the same as mine, I know they're full of shit. He's literally doing the same thing.
死神、
It's the same
ノートに
thing.
書いてあったルールの中に嘘はあるのか？
いえ、ありません。
そこに死神がいるんですね。
はい。
そうですか。だいたい分かってきました。つまりそこにキラがいて死神に嘘をつかせている。
すげえなこいつ、大当たり。
別に嘘でも死神が嘘をついているだけで何にもならないっすよね。
いや、ライト君の監禁の意味がなくなる。自分で書き続けなければ死ぬってルールが嘘になれば、13日以上何もしなかったからというのは意味がなくなるだろ
う。でも違いますよ。ライト君がキラのわけないじゃないですか。次長もライト君がノートを持っていないことを確かめて息絶えたんだ。
では、こうやって検証したらどうでしょう。私がメロの名前をノートに書く。そしてメロが死に、書き込んだ私が13日後に死んだら、その時はキラの勝ち。私はそれで構いません。
なんだ？勝ち負けなのか？
13日のルールを検証することは、キラ操作のプラスになっても、マイナスになることはないはずです。私が身をもってやらせてもらいます。
僕の独断でこれを拒めば他の者に与える印象が。少し待ってください。その提案を検討します。皆さん、率直な意見を。人命を尊重し、そんなことはできないというのは簡単ですが、監禁されていたのは僕だ。僕がそういうのもおかしい。
微妙だな。メロは次長の敵だから、やるならやってくれって気持ちも。
私は反対だ。この中にキラがいないと信じているし、ノートでの殺人はやはりやるべきではない。
次長の意志は継ぐべきだな。
私も検証には反対です。
I find it interesting how Matsuda is literally on like a new Matsuda fucking story arc or something like that, where Matsuda just does not give a fuck. Matsuda's like, no, let's test the notebook. I kind of like Kira, blah, blah. Matsuda is literally just becoming a Kira fanboy. I bet underneath his clothes he's got like a vest that says I heart Kira. He's like just completely changed.
ニア、ノートの検証は断じてできません。
やはりそうですか。では最後にもう一つだけ。日本捜査本部の皆さん、今までに一度でもそこにいる二代目エルがキラだと考えたことはありませんか？これまでの会話を聞いて、私の捜査に少しでも協力してくださる意思のある方は、今から言う番号に連絡を入れてください。私につながります。
ライト君がキラであるはずがない。いや、そう思いたくはない。しかし、もし13日のルールが嘘ならば、潔白と言えないのも事実。
ニア、もう殺すしかない。
We've seen that face before.
私だ。
キラです。
いたずらか。
それはこれから読み上げる、さばいていくもののリストを、明日にでも照らし合わせ、判断してください。大統領、まずは私に賛同していただいた。
How the fuck did you get the president's number?
しかしそれだけでは十分ではない。SPK なる、キラを捕まえるための組織の活動を即刻停止し、解散を命じていただきたい。並びに、アメリカの警察、CIA、FBI、その他すべての諜報機関を使って、SPK のメンバーが今いる場所を調べていただきたい。 そしてそれが分かったら、私が後から伝える連絡先に、すぐさま知らせていただきたい。大統領、あなたが長生きするかどうかはあなた次第です。それをお忘れなく。
分かった。
How the mother of holy Jesus did fucking Light get the president's number? At what point did Light get that number? Like, when? Is Light that good with computers that somehow he could hack some sort of system and get that number? Surely if Light called the secretary. Then again, it is completely logical and possible that Light could literally call anyone. And if he was somehow able to convey that information, they would constantly patch him through. Say there's like 5 people to get to the president. Light is Kira. Light could scare the shit out of all of them to get them to patch him through to the president. That could happen.
どうして急にニューヨークに？キラ様に立てつく悪の組織をぶっ潰しに行く。生中継だ。キラ様からの命令で大統領から俺に連絡があった。俺だって自分で何言ってんのか分かんねえよ。いいんだよ、もうどうでも。こりゃ視聴率 100%、いや 120% いくぞ。さあ皆さん、キラの時代が来ましたよ。
Surely this just confirmed.
しかし、やはりもう一度ライト君を調べる必要があるなどと言って、本当にキラだったら殺されるだけ。13日のルールか。
相沢、古い付き合いだ。お前が何を悩んでいるのか分かっている。お前がやるべきだと思うことをやればいい。俺はもともとエルも信用していなかった。今も俺はライト君よりもむしろお前と行動を共にしたいと思ってやっているんだ。
いいで。ライト君に分からぬよう、俺はニアに連絡を入れてみる。
分かった。お前がどんな動きをしていてもみんなに分かる。
Oh, come on! Come on! Come on. Literally just had the conversation like that with the door open.
君はキラじゃない。俺はそう信じたい。
大変です。テレビでデメ側が。
私デメ側、ついに神キラを捕まえようとする悪の組織のアジトを突き止め、我が同胞と共に奴らを包囲しました。今、連中はこの建物の中に潜伏している模様です。見よ、この民衆の力、正義の力。
ニアが逃げ出してきたらその名前をノートに書く。ライト、ミサ、頑張るよ。
ニア、このままでは本当に私たちは引っ張り出されて。
エル、
どうしましたニア。これは SPK を始末しようとするメロの策略なのか、それとも SPK は一般人にありかを知られるようなシステムしか取れていなかったのか。
こいつしらじらと。
僕の勝ちだニア。
That's a fucking vicious cliffhanger, man. That is a fucking vicious cliffhanger. That is a bullshit cliffhanger. Oh, man. That was not a fun one, guys. That was not a fun one. That was not a fun one. Oh, shit, right. Well, in that one action, God, I gotta write this down. In that one action, Nier has figured out that fucking L, Light, Kiro, all the same person. That one action. Which makes sense. It would be the only level of deduction that would make sense. The fact that everyone is investigating and trying to suddenly catch N all of a sudden after N's conversation the night prior with Light, and now then all this happens the next morning. It's not a coincidence. It's very clear. It's a very overstepping, very brash and emotional response, but if Light wins and gets the result, then it's fine. It's risky because immediately to anyone who has the level of deduction that we know N does, they're immediately going to understand who is behind it. The other thing that we have, though, is there are two people hunting Light, which means if Mello somehow does get killed now, if Near somehow gets killed now, will Mello continue? Because Mello, let's just presume that Mello is watching this all from the outside in. Mello is going to come to the same conclusions that Near is going to come to. Which means if Mello is watching all of this, Mello will also be figuring out that, you know, Light is Kira. So we could see N die. I feel like killing off N is a terrible decision because N is the closest to L, N is the closest to filling that void, and considering the pacing and the presence of the show at the moment, I just feel like that's a bad idea. I feel like if anything, N should be a more prominent character, and I don't know. But that is one evil cliffhanger. I am honestly very curious to see where the show goes now. A lot of people have told me that apparently a lot of people just stopped watching after L died. I would say I could see why, but I can't really see why. If you're this far in the show, I would just say continue it. I don't think it gets any worse. I do think it gets very different. It gets very more action-packed, more epic. It almost feels like if this was a TV show, they just got a massive enhancement in their budget. That's what it feels like. But I definitely will say, at this moment in time, I miss L. I preferred it when L was in it, and I was hoping that there would still be some more elements of L in the story. That whole meeting he had with Watari, I was hoping that was going to start unfolding. We would see more things about it, but it seems like L died and they just cut L out. And if the show ends and that meeting L had with Watari is nothing, I just kind of feel like that's a bad move as well. So I keep hoping that that is something, but I've just got a funny feeling it isn't going to be. Which I just feel like is a strange turning when Death Note, at least for me, was this battle between L and Light. And if Light did win, you know, just over halfway through the show, feels like the whole show changed. Does that make sense? It's very interesting. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Obviously don't spoil anything, but let me know what you guys think. And I hope you guys are enjoying these reactions. And don't forget to press subscribe if you are. Man, what an evil cliffhanger. I'm very much looking forward to watching the next episode to see how this unfolds. We're nearly done with this show as well, which means we'll be starting Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Anyway, I love all of you wonderful people. Have an absolutely incredible day. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, my friends, you will see you in the next video.